Good morning, guys. It's the first of the morning and I'm finally back on the stock wheels. Sad face, but today should be a good day. Aired out on the stock wheels. It's about that time of the season, guys. It's about that time. Let's get the day started. What's going on, guys? So I finished work, I'm finally home, and as you guys can see, I didn't show in the last video because it was pitch black and I was outside changing the wheels, putting the stock wheels back on. So yes, the car is going into winter mode now. So I decided to go ahead, I might as well, as I showed you guys, if I can talk today. As I showed you guys in the last video, the weather's going to be going down to like 60s and then 50s, so it's going to be like 61, and it's going to go downhill from there. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and change the wheels back to the stock wheels, and then next week I'm going to be at SEMA from all next week. So starting Monday through Friday, I'll be in SEMA. So I'll be in Las Vegas for SEMA. Can't wait. So 5 more days till SEMA, and I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of this month is over. So let's get it, guys. Let's hit 1K subs, do the giveaway before October is over. Let's do it. And also, if you guys are not following, I'm gonna give a shout out to Phill S2K. So his birthday, I believe, is at the end of this month, or I know his birthday's coming up. So he's trying to hit 5K subs before the month is basically over. So if you guys can, go on his page, on his last video that he posts, and type Evil Street Shark Fam. And then also, if you're new, if you've never seen his channel, subscribe to his channel, and you can possibly win an Xbox One that he's doing for a giveaway when he's 5K. So you have a chance to win an Xbox One when he hits 5K. So go over to his channel, show him love, type in the description Evil Street Shark Fam, and you may be able to win an Xbox One. And also, when I hit 1K, I'm going to be giving away a GoPro Hero 5 with all the GoPro mounts, a memory card, and comes with accessories. So that's another thing to look for. So definitely go over there, show him love. 1,000 subscribers before this month is over. All right, so now let's get back to, and look at the car, back on the stock wheels, on bags, bag life, you guys already know. I would say about this car, like, since I've put this front lip on and the car is lowered, like the front like always get hit with like 1,000 like bugs. I know you guys can barely see on camera, but there's like a bunch of like little bugs dead all on the front, and it's only like this area right here that all the bugs like die. And usually like they'll get hit like little by little for the grill. Like, this is a brand new grill that I bought from Honda, this black OEM grill that comes on the SIs. I bought a new one. Like, my old one that I still have, it's like killed with like little rock marks all over it. So I was like, let me buy a new one, get this clear bra. So this has a clear bra on it, so if any rocks hit it, it's not going to chip up. So after I wipe this, it looks brand new basically. So yes, man, that's the only thing. I guess better flow, more downforce when you're lowered, more bugs to kill. No Mustang intended. I'm killing bugs, not people. I'm just playing. So yeah, so basically today's video, I didn't even talk about this. Basically today's video is going to be basically on the high sensor. So when I was taking off the Mugen GPs and putting stock wheels back on, I noticed that the high sensors were loose. So I was like, definitely needs to fix that. They're not crazy loose, but they're a little loose. So I was like, I need to fix that, because when it gets colder, if it's snow, I may have to take the car to work or anything. So you definitely, any kind of snow or anything that hits it, you do not want that to break or fall off. So I'm gonna try to make sure it's tightened up a little bit, not too much, because you don't want it to be too tight. So it's only the passenger side front and passenger side rear that is wiggling. I checked the other sides, they're good. I didn't check the driver's side rear, but I think it's pretty fine. But tighten those up and it should be good. So I'm gonna share that experience with you guys today. So first thing is first, and I'm gonna show you guys, because I know a lot of you guys, a lot of people that's on YouTube are younger people that watch YouTube, or that don't have a car or looking to get a car. And a lot of people on YouTube are basically a younger generation. So I definitely want to be able to share with you guys everything on how to do things. So I'm gonna share with you guys, which probably most of you guys are already watching, know how to jack up a car. How to loosen up the bolts. To be able to loosen up the lugs, you basically have to loosen up the lugs while the car is on the ground, not in the air, because when the car is in the air, the wheels are basically going to spin and you can't unloose the lugs. So I'm going to share everything on how to jack up a car, put it on jack stands, etc, etc. So I'm going to share the experience with you guys today. First things first, you got your wheel lock, got this. You can also use a tool where you can, there's a gun, you could take it off easier. We do have one, but I rarely use it, so I just use this out of my trunk and just take it off. So pretty easy. So yeah, first thing first, all you got to do is air the car up. Bag life, guys. This is one reason I highly recommend getting bags. Air the car up. I mean, I believe fit the jack underneath here, kinda. No, I can't. Nope, too low for that. I got the little fender liner splash guard thing underneath there, so can't fit the jack underneath there. So bag life for sure. So all you got to do is get in the car, turn it on, boom, comes up, air the car up. And that's it. And make sure when you guys jack the car up, the emergency brake is up and the car is in first gear. Always make sure the emergency brake is up and the car is in first gear for sure. Not jack the car up, loosen the lug nut. We're going to loosen up the lugs. So we're just doing the two passenger sides and we should be good. Of course, our cars have one lock nut. Put it on there. And you go to unloosen the lugs, of course, you go counterclockwise. So just go in here, unloosen the lock nut first. It's pretty easy, boom. As soon as it starts turn and gets loose, just stop there, because of course you can't take the wheel off because it's still on the ground. Same thing. And I usually go from like a pattern, like here, 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 here. I usually go through like a pattern. So I'll do this one. Boom. 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 And boom. And that's it. Take this off. And now jack up the car. Now we're gonna stick the jack underneath here and jack the car up. It's also good to, just in case like the emergency brake fails or something, it's good to put a brake behind the back wheel. So since we're going to be working on the other side, I put the brake on the driver's side since we're going to be working on the passenger. So boom, I'll give you guys a close up. So right there underneath there. So just double check everything, make sure everything is good. Lower it. The air. So when you lower just a tiny bit, there we go, perfect. But sometimes it will move a little bit while you're lowering it. So it's on the jack stand safe and this is down. So boom and boom. And give you guys a better close up. So right there, right there. So now since we loosen up the lugs, all we have to do is come over here and unloosen them. So one off, one down. and take the rest off. So 2 hands make the process go a little bit faster. I think use the car's like off time, but yeah, I just take my hand. Don't be like me, guys. Change your clothes. I'm just doing this quick because time likes to go fast, and every time I say, okay, let me do this real quick, somebody calls me or occupies me. It takes my time and the wheel comes off. Pretty easy, right? So wheels off. Bag life, you guys already know. Bags, bag life. Airlift Performance. If you guys don't know what I'm on Airlift Performance 3H. Is 3H means there's a 3H, 3P. 3P is just pressure without the high sensors, and 3H is with the high sensors. And the high sensors are right here. So this is how it looks right there. Okay, so let me explain the high sensors. So with the high sensors, basically, if it stays at whatever the airlift management system basically manage the ride height that you're at. So let's say I have my ride height at what you guys just saw at the beginning, right? So let's say I go to the grocery store, and let's go say I buy 3 cases of water, right? And I put it in the back of my back seat, right? Whatever my ride height preset is set to is going to automatically adjust to whatever ride height I set it at, and it's gonna pump air in the bags to keep my ride height, because any added weight to a car, it sinks the car down a bit. So I can throw, I wouldn't recommend throwing a million stuff in your car, but of course if you add more people to the car or add more weight to the car, it doesn't affect your tires, it doesn't affect you rubbing on stuff, because the more weight you add, you may rub on the fender liners and little things like that. So definitely that's the main reason why I got the high sensors. And when you hit corners and stuff, it compensates and keep that ride height. So if you're on a corner and you feel like you're gonna lean out of the chair a little bit, it helps. It feels like, I did a video on it, so if you guys go back to one of my old videos doing a review on the 3P versus 3H review on driving, you definitely see with the 3P, you move out of the seat, like say you're sitting in the seat straight, and the corners you move like a little bit. With the 3H, you sit still in your chair, so when you're hitting corners, you don't move anywhere. The car compensates and it pumps air in each side of the bag, so it doesn't feel like you're rolling or going anywhere. So that's a plus. And of course you got 30 adjustable way to harden and soften your suspension. So highly recommend bags. I know a lot of people talk crap about bags, but definitely I'm sharing this experience with you guys, and I can highly recommend bags is the way to go. But definitely, so that's the main reason for the high sensors. So the high sensors for added weight, if anybody else gets in your car, added weight, cornering, because this car is going to be kind of like a track kind of show car. So that's my goal that I have for this car. So definitely, so if you guys can see, I'm gonna talk forever. So if you guys can see, when you look back here, the high sensor is wobbling a little bit. You hear it? I know you guys could probably hear it. I know you guys could barely probably see it, but Allen wrench, yes, Allen wrench is up here for this, and a Philip. So it's basically a Philip that's screwed into here, into this arm right here, and the high sensors has an Allen wrench that connects to that rod up there. So you can even tell that this this little nut right here that's supposed to be tightened up here, it actually fell down, so it should be up here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to mess with this. So this is actually supposed to be up here, because basically this whole rod in here, let me try to zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. But this whole thing right here is basically a rod that screws into here and screws into the piece down here too. So this whole rod screws into here and it screws down here. So it's basically a little rod that has thread on it, and spins into here and here. So it's supposed to be a nut that stops it from spinning out down here, and it's supposed to be a nut that's up here that stops it from spinning on the top. So one thing about high sensors, and this is a tip for you guys also to take notice of when you get high sensors, is when you're driving the car, of course there's wind. So when the wheel's spinning and everything, water, so there's rain, there's the air, any kind of debris and stuff that builds up from underneath here, vibration, all of that stuff you have to take account when you're going over bumps and stuff, and this hits and all of this stuff hits and vibrates. All of this stuff you have to take notice on. And of course it's basically maintenance, especially with bags. It's not a lot of maintenance to do, but it's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. But that's cars in general. You always got to keep up with your maintenance and keep things in mind, and your car will run smooth and it will last you a long time, of course. So definitely, so more than likely it's either from the rain, vibration, and the wind that loosen this up a little bit. So at times, if you ever decide to swap your wheels or rotate your wheels, always just come behind here and check to make sure that none of this is falling apart. So definitely, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get the tools that I need to tighten this up. So this is basically an Allen wrench, so I just gotta hold the nut back here and tighten this up a little bit. You don't want to tighten too tight because this whole thing rotates. So when you air out the car, this is actually going to go all the way up because it's putting pressure on it. So when you put pressure on it, is basically this is going to go all the way up to say, okay, this is the aired out height that we're going to be at. So I hope you guys get a good explanation of how the height sensors work. So I need an Allen, I need a Phill. I don't think I need to tighten it up much, but I might just tighten up just a little bit right here. And also sometimes you also have to check for, I'm trying to give you guys a good look. So this is what I was talking about. There's an Allen that fits here, that goes right here. There we go. Let's back it up some. So Allen wrench to tighten this up. So this is basically the part that's loose right here. And sometimes you also got to check these 3 bolts. So you could take these off and this whole arm for the high sensor comes off. So basically it's wiggling a little bit, so I'm gonna see if I can tighten it up. And sometimes you got to watch out for these bolts because you guys can see that they're rusting a little bit. So definitely look at that for rust. So I'm gonna see if I can tighten up a little bit. If not, just leave it alone. Do not mess with do not take the bolts out. Do not mess with them because they of course will rust after a while. So see if you can tighten up a little bit. If not, do not worry about it. So just gonna tighten this up, and tighten up down here with the Phill. So let me get the tool.